Hey YouTube, this is Reaching Riches here. So I thought I had hit record, or maybe something happened, but it only recorded like a second and then stopped. So I'm not sure what happened there. So this is my second take. I'm sorry if you guys like the revealed numbers, but the numbers are already there, and I had reloaded the spreadsheet, so I can't hit like the backspace or like the undo, so the numbers are already going to be revealed. Sorry about that. uh, yeah, so anyway, so we'll go over the trades for QDT and XDTE. Declaration is the 17th, but as we know, they will declare one day early, so the 16th. The X date is the 18th, so you need to own the funds before the 18th. Alright, so let's go into the long calls. I'm going to try to make this quick just because this is my second time recording. So let's just get into it. So QDTE's long calls, NDX March 21, 2025 expiration, and a strike of 1696.69. So I really believe this is a flex number because during the interview with Retire on Dividends and Jay from Yodmax, he did mention a little snippet about flex options, that they can choose whatever strike they want, and then the market maker will price that for them. And plus, I don't know what 4NDX is, and then no one has told me or has figured out what 4NDX is. So I strongly believe this is a flex NDX strike. Alright, so they started the week with 31 contracts, ended it with 34. They had 1.22 million outstanding shares and ended it with 1.41 million outstanding shares. So 34 contracts with a strike 1696.69, and the flex NDX is probably at 2021. This is just scaling down the normal NDX to make sense. So I scaled it down by 10 because I really don't think anyone is crazy enough to pay for a strike this low on a regular NDX. Alright, so the difference is $324, which would mean we are $1.1 million in profit. Alright, so let's go to XDTE. SPX, same expiration, March 21, 2025, with the 420.69. Who chooses 420.69? So that's definitely somebody picking that number. Alright, and then it's for SPX also. So started off the week with 32 contracts, ended it with 39. Outstanding shares were 305 and ended it with 365. Alright, so 39 contracts at 420.69. Flex SPX is at 558, so that's a $137 difference, which means we are $537,000 in the profit. Alright, so let's go QDTE. Sorry again, I couldn't undo, or I couldn't hit the undo until or I couldn't hit the undo because I hit reload and then it won't let me undo anymore. Alright, so on the third, first contract or first trade, collected 64,000. Strike was 2040, which is a loss. We paid $360,000 to close that, so that's a loss there. That's terrible. So next day, after 4th of July, 31 contracts, collected a massive $110,000. But we lost our strike. So 2270 was our strike, and it closed above our strike at 2390, and we paid $267,000 to close that. So that hurts. And then the next 2 days were wins, so we collected almost $70,000 here. And then the next day we collected 94,000, which that's a pretty big day there, and we won our strike. So we had a strike at 2056, so pretty good. So we had 50-50 on our trades. Win percentage was 66%, so about the same. And then today, or as of today, the current shares are 1.52 million. That can change, so depending on how much inflows we get from now until declaration can change our dividends. All right, and then we are looking at a 22-cent dividend for QDTE. So pretty big drop from the last one, but that is mainly because we lost a day of trading and we got a pretty big inflow. So inflows were about 300,000 shares of inflows. So that is why. And then whatever changes on outstanding shares from now until X date. So we can see that fluctuation. All right, so let's go to XDTE. So XDTE, as you can see here, was a 50-50 week also. We lost on the 3rd. We collected almost 14,000, but we paid to close 40,000, so not good. And then here on the 5th, our strike was 55.50, and we collected $12,000, but we lost it, so we had to pay $42,000 to close out. All right, and then we have 2 wins here, collecting $15,000 and $12,000 here. So 50-50, but our 50-50 wins here. So 2 lost, 2 wins, but we still are in the hole $55,000. So this is a 68% win rate. I believe that's a little bit higher than last week's. And our current outstanding shares as of today is 415,000. So we are looking at a 13-cent dividend for XDTE. So pretty low. But again, like I said, that's because we lost a day here and our inflows went up about 100,000 shares of inflows. But this fund, XDTE, tends to have a much more stable NAV. So you give up dividends for NAV stability. And if you go for QDTE, you give up a little bit of NAV stability. I would still say it's pretty good, but you also get more dividends. All right, so let's go into the analysis here. So on QDTE, we are in the hole 1.13 million. If we net that against our long calls, we would be in the hole about 36,000. That's if we were to close out those long calls and net it against it. But we still have like a whole year for that. Total dividends paid so far is $4.27, and average dividend is 26 cents. And XDTE here, we are in the hole 59,000. We would be golden if we close out our long calls to net against the short calls. We'd be good. We're way profitable. But they're probably not going to do that until expiration when they need to roll. All right, so we are we have been paid $3.26 so far total, and then the average dividend is 20 cents. All right, and then lastly, let's look into Seeking Alpha. So this is QDTE. I had a comment to compare it against QQQI this time, so I did that. So QDTE, QQQY, QQQI, and then QQQ. So right now QDTE is beating QQQY by 5 basis points. It's beating QQQI about like 60, almost 70 basis points, and then it's under QQQ, which is normal. This is what is supposed to happen if QQQ is rallying like crazy. So so this chart is inception until today, so it's not doing too bad. Really loving QDTE so far. And then let's go into XDTE. So XDTE is above JEPY by about 8 basis points. It's above SPY-I about 1.2, 1.3% above SPY I, and then it's about 1.6 percent below SPY, which is expected. It shouldn't, or in most cases, it shouldn't beat its underlying because we are capped. All right. So, and then this is total returns from inception until today. So that's all I had today for you guys. Sorry about the reveal button. I don't know what happened. It's the recording button messed up on me, and I recorded the whole thing, and I reloaded the spreadsheet, and I can't hit undo anymore. Alright, so let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the dividends. 22 cents for QDTE and 13 cents for XDTE. Alright, that's all I had. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.